What's up, guys? It is Magi coming at you today with some Junior Star League Evolutions, or Evolution Semifinals. Got canceled there. Anyway, spawning into the bottom right-hand corner of Dreamcatcher, a map that I personally vetoed. The purple Zerg pieces from Leo, or Team Leo. It is AverageDude. Question is, exactly how average is this AverageDude? We'll find out. And in the top left-hand corner, your orange Zerg pieces from SC Swarm. He goes by the name Electric. Electric looked like he just wants to go for the general 17 hatch, 17 opening. But meanwhile, on the other side of the map, AverageDude being super cheeky, going pool first, getting his gas to follow up. Now, this should be a hatchery follow up if I'm not mistaken here. Or this is literally going to be one base all in, so we'll just have to wait and see what AverageDude has in store for us. Dreamcatcher's a bit of an interesting map. I mean, it's solely named because the whole shape of the map makes it look like a Dreamcatcher is going on there, you know. We do have a couple gold bases hanging around on this map. That's why I actually vetoed this map. Personally, I am not a fan of any map with gold bases in it. Any map that kind of, you know, shies away from that Reaper Scout. Here we go. We do have some links by AverageDude coming across the map here. On one base, he is looking to play super aggressive right out of the gate. Now, Electric did scout this, but his spawning pool is not done yet, which means this hatchery is going to be under siege. Nope, bypass it, go right on in. AverageDude going to jump in here and try and find some drone kills. Drones being pulled immediately to help defend here. We do have links starting up for Electric on the other side of the map, but some drones have been killed off so far. Some economic damage being dealt. These, I love the mineral drill though. That's a really smart play when you're trying to keep your drones alive. It also allows you to set up for your A move out. Links do pop out here to help defend for Electric. AverageDude gonna have to fight these off, keep his lead here. He's staying very, very committed to this right now. Here's the thing, the longer this goes on, if AverageDude cannot close it out, he did get a very good engagement there. I was gonna say, if AverageDude can't close this out, it is going to be a heap of trouble here, as he will have to defend or be aggressive and the defender side of the map for Electric. So far, he has killed off quite a few lings so far. He's also picking off drones here and there. Big Mama Queen finally popping out. The last of this aggression should get cleaned up, but wait, there is still more lings on the way. Now, I would love to see him stop engaging in the main here and try to start poking down this hatchery instead. Because that's going to knock down the ability to drone up off that hatchery. You know, it knocks out the larva production from a second base that will allow lings to be produced. However, he does get the surround on the queen, does clean that up very nicely. Now, the Electric tap out here shortly. I mean, there's not much else he can do. He's still trying to mine, still trying to keep these drones alive. But he's not getting the best surround with these drones, which means he will not be able to, you know, disengagement at all. There's a GG well played, does get called out. AverageDude will go ahead and take game number 1 in this best of 3 ZVZ. Nice quick game to kick things off. We will go ahead and move right on into game number 2. This best of 3 ZVZ series. Spawning into the bottom left-hand corner. The AverageDude showing us some average one-base cheese. I'm messing with you. That was actually incredibly well-played cheese. From Leo, the purple Zerg pieces. He is AverageDude. And in the top right-hand corner, his opponent. Currently down 1-0 in this best of 3. Will he bring it back? He needs to get electric. Electrified. He is So the game number 1, we did have a bit of a one base. Will AverageDude actually follow up with that again to do, you know, a similar type of a cheese off one base? Have the 17 hatch coming down once again, or 16 hatch here. Electric. Spawning pool is on the way. But this is definitely a little bit later of a spawning pool, which means it won't be nearly as aggressive now. We do have the drone coming down, looking like he wants to take that hatchery. Okay. Okay, he's actually going to take his third. Alright, now, let me explain here. The reason why he's taking his third, or AverageDude is taking his third down here, or his natural, at his third base location, is so that when this Overlord comes in here and scouts, or any drones come across the map and scout, you'll think it, once again, it's a one base aggression type of deal, and he's going to force a lot of defense, a lot of lings, and maybe some spines out of your opponent. Which already is indirect damage, because if you just follow up and go, yeah, let's throw down another hatchery back home, you know, you've already dealt some macro or economic damage without actually really engaging anything. The question is, how far will this Overlord actually come in here? Will he actually see this? No, it looks like he won't be able to see it at all. He's actually just gonna pass his buddy up there, his purple counterpart. AverageDude's Overlord does finally get across the map. He will get in here and poke in to see if there is a hatchery down. Now both players look like they're going to play the gentleman's agreement this time around. You know, actually just shake hands, play a little bit more macro oriented. That should be a bit of a tell of this drone coming down here. Yeah, there we go. Electric is going to pick up on that. Now, we do have AverageDude moving out across the map. These two lings are more scouting lings. They will get spotted by this Overlord. Exactly what they can get done. Yeah, so this is exactly how he responded. You know, game number one, he got cheesed out. He didn't see a natural expansion, so you have to assume, oh, this is going to be another one-base type of play. How do you respond? Well, you get some spine crawlers up in your main, and in your natural to shoot this away. That's actually Baneling that's going down there. Overlord getting picked off over here at this natural third base. We do have a bit of a ling push coming out here for Electric. Let's see exactly what he can get done with this. Now, there are some lings here. There is a spine crawler here. This queen is kind of exposed. Perhaps he can get on top of that queen before she pulls back to the spine. No, she will pull back to the spine, which means we'll get the best around. He will pull the drones also to help with this engagement. Just like that, AverageDude holds that very well. He does lose the queen and one drone, but you know, for 10 lings and an Overlord so far, that's not too bad. But picking up that queen though does kind of slow down the creep spread, will slow down the injects later on. We'll have to rebuild that queen. Actually, AverageDude's actually black cap right now, so can't actually build that queen up just yet. So it looks like we're gonna have a bit of engagement in the middle of the map here as AverageDude was trying to move out. But Electric's lings will catch these. It does a nice round picking off some of these lings. Baneling coming down the ramp. Let's see what they can get done. It's a connection, but not the best of connection there. Another Baneling coming out to shoot this away, but AverageDude is going to rotate down here. They take on this third base. Oh, that was a bit more of a juicy connection, but he will end up canceling this third. If not, he will kill it. Alright. Now AverageDude going to respawn with some lings of his own, or banelings of his own. More morphing in up on the high ground. Not the best, the cleanest trade there, but it was decent enough to, you know, prompt Electric decide to move out to try and come after these baneling cocoons. Please, Electric, please tell me you see these other banelings coming up the ramp here. We'll get cleaned up. A couple of these banelings trying to figure out where these lings went, but the lings of Electric did move across the map. Once again, the spine crawler here putting in overtime at this point. Cleaning up as many of these lings as possible. Meanwhile, there are reinforcements on the way. I'm gonna go ahead and morph these into banelings. I'd like to see him clean that up first before morphing these into banelings. The other side of the map, however, it looks like the AverageDude's just trying to find a way in. A Spinecrawler doing a lot to be deterred. He's actually pulling the banelings back across the map here to help defend. Oh no, these drones are all clumped up. What a connection, and that's gonna knock AverageDude down to 17 workers. 9 drones were killed there, guys. 9 drones from that baneling. That's a really nice baneling connection. Momentum is definitely on Electric's side right now, but we do have 10 drones. Oh no, AverageDude's droning up again. He's making 10 more drones, and he's got lings on his front doorstep here. And he's got links of his own coming back home to defend. The natural base is under siege here. I would love to see Electric have rotated down to the third. You know, and gone after a few more drones and maybe another queen. But now there is a Spire Crawler up, and Lings did come back to defend, so he will get pushed off here. So at this point in time, it's really coming down to who's going to stay on Ling Bane and who's going to try to tech up the Roaches. I mean, there's no Roach Warren out just yet. And the Ling Bane phase of this game could go on really, really long, like for a long time, I should say. You know, I've casted games where pretty good connection there, but it's not going to be enough to stop this aggression. There are Banelings here that will push us away, though, so AverageDude does live to stay alive and keep fighting. Third base up and running. Both players on third base. Electric actually getting his third base up and running here. It's on its way a little bit later. They're trying to make his way. Oh, he's really hesitant about what he wants to do. I was going to say he's going to move in, but then he backed off. He's going back down to the third. This queen will end up living. At this point, I think Electric just needs to back off a little bit. Maybe consider transitioning up to the Roach tech. You know, so that these Banelings won't have nearly as much of an impact. It's just down to Lings at that point. Back home, he is droning up. 9 more drones on the way. I feel this is a kind of a misstep here. You know, not to be droning up right now. Is that what you need? More Lings heading out across, but AverageDude just going to come down here and go right into the third base once again. There are some exposed drones here. Going to get pulled back. He should get the third base here with relative ease. Yeah, as Electric once again is moving across the map. AverageDude, this actually finished, which means he will get a full kill here. Very decent trades there with those Banelings. You know, you don't want to trade up too many Lings. I microed that perfectly. Move on the other side of the map. Spine Crawler is just... Yeah, Spine Crawler is good defense, man. Good static defense, especially against Lings. I'm really starting to feel Electric isn't going to have much of an answer left. You know, he's back down to 2 base once again. He hasn't been able to spend his bank, which means he hasn't been injecting at all. I would love to see maybe a macro hatch to go down to help with that. No, AverageDude, he's been sitting on 3 base here. He's been able to kind of catch back up in the drone count as well. Which again, the game kind of slows down. Lair is done for AverageDude, and he is moving up the Spire. Lair is on the way for Electric, so he is behind in that tech tree. But Electric is also going at the +1 range, which means he will have Roaches out. And it looks like he wants to go ahead and move into the Hydra phase of this game. This game has slowed down quite a bit after these lovely engagements and lovely trades. But AverageDude once again moving out on the map, going after that third base by the looks of it. There we go. He is going to get on top of this, get the cancel once again. And that's just huge, man. Every time that base gets killed, or canceled for that matter, just puts Electric further and further behind here. I mean, you do have Roaches coming out, but you don't have the upgrades for them yet. On top of that, you're not even one off soon. AverageDude is just going to run right into the main and start being able to find a bit of damage. +1 did just finish up, which means these Lings are going to start to lose their effectiveness here. As if this was you know, the Lings got a decent surround of Roaches. Lings will trade out better against Roaches. But with an upgrade advantage here, +1 upgrade on now in play, these Lings are going to lose their advantage. But however, there are 8 mutas on the way, and you know what? Electric has no idea. He has no idea that that Spire is even there. Pretty disgusting Baneling connection there. I guess the Lings of Average or Electric there. Also, like, it's amazing how AverageDude is just able to battle back just by canceling out a third base once. At least some exposed Banelingness here. And he's going to get them all. The Roaches are coming across the map. But you know what? Roaches don't shoot up. But is it going to be enough here? Are these mutants going to be enough? There's no Lings out just yet. 4 more Overlords are actually on the way here. So a lot of the supply is just waiting to be built because of Overlords. Roaches do make it in. Spine Crawler is going to work here. The unit is still working these Roaches over. Can Electric get the third base here before all these... He could have gotten it, guys. He could have killed that third base and made this push at least work a little bit. But this entire army supply of roaches is just getting cleaned up and muted as spine crawlers now. There's 5 hydras on the way, and it is buying him time to get these out. But again, he's still in a situation where he's been sitting on 2 base. He finally got his macro hatch up to be able to spend some of that money he had built up. But again, not having that 3rd base is what's really hurting him right now. 4 crawlers are on the way. Hydras are finally joining in. There's only 2 hydras here to defend. These units could easily clean that up. Okay, the rest of the hydras are finally joining in. Lenny's going to jump in on the reinforcements here for AverageDude to help out with the ground forces. Muta's going to rejoin in on this fight. And that might start to spell the end of this game, as we are going to get to a point where this is going to start to snowball. Muta's getting cleaned up there. Spore crawlers on the fence, helping out those hydras to clean this up. Queen's even joining in. 3rd base once again going to be under siege from these mutas and these lings. Alright, AverageDude just needs to go ahead and back on out of there just like that. Now, this 3rd base is very heavily battered and bruised, so he can easily come back and, you know, finish this off at a later date when maybe a ling run by, or, you know, even become a few more mutas against that spore crawler. Not the best idea, but it can be done. There we go. He is actually going to expand twice here and keep his economic lead going. You know, your opponent just now got the 3rd up and running. He has to, you know, establish drones there. He has to get drones down there mining ASAP so that he can actually make that base worthwhile. So while he's doing that, why don't you just go ahead and double expand. I love this play out of Average right now. It's a really solid play overall. So he's even got his own Roach army out. He's going to be able to transition right back into that Hydra Roach Lurker composition that is really strong right now in DBZ. Lurker Den on the way, but we do have an interesting choice coming out of Electric now as we reach the slowdown in the game. A Nidus Worm. This has kind of got me piked a little bit because I don't see how he's going to get a Nidus in here. I don't. Maybe you can use it out here on the outside of the map, but you don't even have an Overlord across the map right now. Do you have Overlord speed? No, you don't even have Overlord speed. You can't even get that Overlord across the map fast enough, you know, to throw that Nidus into main. Throw that Nidus somewhere to be effective with it. So we reach this, like, kind of a stalemate here. Nidus is done. We got tunneling claws on the way as well for Electric. Couple links here in the 3rd base, just kind of poking around and being an annoyance. We'll get cleaned up. So what he's planning on doing with this, I just really want to see how he's going to get this Nidus. I mean, he has no vision on the other side of the map. Okay, Overlord is on the way. Overseer is on the way. Still no Overlord speed. You could have gotten this off so much quicker if this was across the map already. Army supplies 130 to 64. Electric has to find a crazy amount of damage to pull his opponent back across the map here. If he does it, the 3rd base will end up getting picked off. There's absolutely no army here. It's all the Nidus Worm waiting to pop out on the other side of the map. And the 3rd base is going to die once again. Drones being killed off here. Average, just push in, man. Hurry and push in. If you kill this army off... Oh, man. Oh, GG well played is going to get called out. I was really expecting to see that Nidus Worm get killed off with the army in there. But we really saw the play out of AverageDude here to secure himself that 2-0 lead in the series and close it out 2-0. To, you know, push himself over into the finals. Guys, this is Magic signing off once again saying I will see you